going on?
Sir, 17th, sir, next Wednesday.
17th. So Monday there will be class then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And 17 to what?
19th, sir.
19th. Acha, I am not there in week starting 22nd to that week, whole week. So I will take the compulsory classes maybe after your Saturday or Monday I will fix up. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so 2 days will be lost, so we'll make sure. Now, today, I will just present it. Huh? Uh, 1 minute here. What happens? Are you able to see?
Yes, sir. We are able to see the screen.
Okay, fine. So today we are starting the last module and particular with respect to quality and reliability. Now, see this quality and reliability. Many times we carry out many of the project, but we do not bother about the quality and reliability. What is the difference? That also I will just let you know. So, particular for the space mission, nothing moves without quality and reliability. Okay, so that is a very, very important aspect one has to consider when we are designing a system for space application. Now, what are the consideration we have for the quality and reliability? Now, next 3-4 lectures, I will concentrate on this aspect. Okay, 1 minute. I just because I have to. This is okay. So this particular aspect we will be considering. Now, so far we have learned in whether it's a communication system, mechanical systems, structures, thermal, everywhere reliability plays very, very important role. Now, we in this particular set of lectures, you will try to listen. Many times when we ask reliability, if you have a more than one item, if you have a one two-wheeler, so how will you get the more reliability? You purchase another two-wheeler. So if one wheeler is down, one two-wheeler is down, you can use another two-wheeler. But this is not the case here. Mere redundancy alone will not provide the really reliability. So this is what you will try to learn at the end of this particular set of lectures. So that is what we should learn there. So now let us come to, we'll go slowly. This is a totally new subject. Anybody has learned this subject anywhere?
No, sir.
No. So that's why I will go very slowly, try to explain you each and every part, whatever. So reliability comes here as a matter of discipline. Now, discipline in what way? When you started writing the requirements, designing, testing, and then utilization, everywhere there is a discipline required. Now, discipline means what here? You have to go a systematic process by which your aim will be to get the product working throughout its life. Of course, it cannot be infinite life. There is a intended life 5 year, 10 year, or whatever it is there. Example for such kind of things, if you see here in our domestic environment, you take the refrigerator. Earlier might have been breakdown, but nowadays if you purchase a refrigerator for 5 year, 10 year, it works without any problem. So that is how over a period it improves. But in this case, particular case of space application, right from beginning you have to go for the reliability. So what it means, the reliability engineering is a primary attribute influencing almost all the activity of engineering life cycle to produce successful system. So that means each stage of development, each stage of the product development, you have to consider reliability. Okay, when you are designing a system, you have to imagine what can go wrong, what way you can take care. So such kind of things will be. So what I can consider the key of the reliability engineering is proper and complete anticipation of what can go wrong. Okay, it is not just a success based. Yes, I have designed the system, fine, it will work. Suppose I take a very common example of power supply. You design a power supply, it works fine, this, that, and everything. But have you considered, suppose somebody shorts that output, what happens to the power supply? Whether have you taken care? Yes, practically, if I take a student project, people may not be bothered about that. But when you take now the commercial aspect, one has to take care about the proper protection. So that means you are you are making the reliability inbuilt in the system. Even though you can someone misuse the system, but it will not go bad. Or by continuous usage also, it should not go bad within the intended life of the product. So how do you take care of such kind of thing? To minimize error or uncertainty in all phases of the development. So whatever may be the development you are carrying out, you have to take care about you have to think of the uncertainties, you have to think of what can go wrong, how to overcome that, provide the solution for that. So that is what is the reliability. Hope you understood this basic thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, very often you take the term quality and it is always confused with the reliability. No doubt, a high reliable system will be a good quality system. A good quality will require a high reliability. That is true. But high reliability to what extent? Suppose, even when we say reliability of a system, let us go to the definition first. Okay, then probably we'll deal with the quality. System delivers target performance. It's not just operational. Target performance means what is intended to have a specification. It is targeted for that. Not that it works only for 99% of time, 99% of time. No, people will not talk about that. Now they say target, quality, good quality product. Okay, I'll give some example later. But good quality product means it should work with the required performance over the period of time. Each time you switch on the system, switch off the system, again switch on, it should perform as intended. Okay, so all the operating condition, it should work as intended. So that is the quality of the system. Then overall quality is more or less like I should say a feeling, not only feeling, but is what we are common men concerned about that. When somebody will say reliability is a 0.99, the system will work. But as long as it doesn't work when the user wants, then it's not a good quality system. So quality reliability is put into the mathematical form, a probability that system delivers target performance. Now you will say there is a probability that the system delivers the target. There is a good probability, 0.9999 or whatever number you can use. Each time the system is used, it's likely to perform, but it is not 100% sure. Okay, under intended operating condition throughout the product intended life. So what it does, that if you just see the difference between quality and reliability, quality means whatever is required, it has to work during that time. Where the reliability will say, yes, it will work, likely to work with certain probability. So that is just a mathematical representation of quality in terms of the reliability. Now the reliability, people talk about the number. But like if you take Chinese product, every one of you must have come across Chinese product. Do you consider it is a good quality product? Can anybody answer?
No, sir.
Why?
Because they mass produce the product and due to which its quality will go down.
No. Mass production doesn't mean quality will go down. They produce the thing and they try to optimize the cost. But many of the time, it works or doesn't work, we are not sure. Whereas the same product you take from some other country, our Indian product or Western product, it is likely to work most of the time, and hence is considered as a quality, is a good quality product. Where the Chinese items are not considered as a good quality product, because we are not sure. Yes, sometime when it starts, it may work. Now you take the mobile phone, how many times? See, mobile phone, it becomes like sometime it hangs, sometime it works, sometime it creates some issues. So that's not a good quality. But there are some company, they produce a very good quality mobile phone, they never hang up, they never create any panic or any such malfunctioning or some sort of thing. So that is what is important. So quality is always associated with the reliability, but quality is a more like a non-quantitative representation of the product, but is acceptance to all user. Whenever you want to use, it works. Okay, so that is what is very, very important part of that. Okay, next. Yeah, some more details. Quality is a fitness to use. Means all the time, whenever we means it should work. Reliability means how long an item will perform its intended function without a breakdown. So this again is a like a estimation. What is the probability that the system will continue to work without breakdown? So that is what is the consider as a reliability. Overall, the performance over time providing confidence that the system will work when you want it to. When we say a very highly reliable system, sometimes you know, though the probability is good, but you should get a confidence. Yes, whenever I want, it will work. So that is what is the good quality system. So that what it encourages to estimate, control and manage the probability of uncertainty in the device equipment system. The probability of uncertainty, or we can say probability of the failure, or probability of not functioning as intended. So that is what is the meaning for the quality and reliability. Now, as I mentioned where how to improve the system reliability, how to improve the now onward we will not distinguish too much about the quality or reliability. A good quality system supposed to have a very high reliability of its functioning. Yes, just 1 minute, please, students, just for a few minutes, somebody has come. Okay, sorry, there was some disturbance. Some people have come for work. Okay, fine. So you are there now, student?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how to improve the reliability as it required right from concept to the final stage of the application required. When you are developing a concept, means you should have the clear-cut concept that I want to design a reliable system. It should not fail. It should not fail in what condition? Now I can tell you, if you design a system for the ground use, or you design a system for the space use. By this time, you people will be knowing what is the major difference. One is the temperature, other is the radiation, third is the vibration. So under that circumstances, it has to work. So your concept should be very clear that yes, it should work under those constrained conditions. Accordingly, you should put the requirements. So that requirement will be there. Then all the aspect you should consider during the design. Normally, whatever the intended design is supposed to go through a thorough design review process, by which you can find out that is there any part missing which we have envisaged during the conceptualization, during the configuration, or during the requirements. So review process is another important aspect. Now, review means not the review by the same designer, review by a separate expert team, so that they also can intend it. It is not that people doubt about the design, but when 2 more people, 3 more people, they review the thing, some more thing will come out based on the individual experience. Now, after that, we have to develop the prototype of that. So prototype is a proof of concept, whatever we have that one. Now the proof of concept, it should be complete system, and then before it get into the final mode, you have to qualify. So how will you qualify? You take the system, and then the system is subjected to the actual conditions and the stressed condition. Means, suppose you want to operate a system between 0 to 40 degrees centigrade temperature. We will subject the system for qualifying the system, we will go beyond its temperature limit. Like 40 is we are supposed to work. We will go 50 or 60 degree higher side, -10, -20 lower side, depending upon the criticality of the item. So when you qualify such system for higher stress condition, you will able to see the system works very reliably. Once you qualify for such kind of thing, then you can go for the manufacturing. The chances of still producing the bad system will be very, 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 very less. So that is what the quality means. But however, even after manufacturing, one should not leave the system, oh, I have qualified, so now it should work intended. No, there is a minimum test required, which may not be as stringent as a qualification test, but it should be much more than operational tests. Suppose you want to intend it for, you qualify for plus 60 degree. At least here, your operational temperature is 40 degree. You qualify, you test the system at least 50 degree or something. I'm just giving example that one has to work it out very clearly that how the system will work for that. Then what is required is after the test system also, after the system is developed, there should be good field support. So there should be some feedback. If something goes wrong in the field, you should get feedback, analyze them, what kind of failures, what kind of problems are there. Then we have to revisit whether we missed something in design or whether we missed something in requirement or something of that sort of thing. So that is what is the important aspect of that. Okay. So one has to, now you understood that, I hope you understood that the reliability just, or the quality doesn't come just like that. Quality comes by a thorough qualification, fabrication and testing process, right from the conceptual design to the final field support system. So that is what is very, very important aspect. Okay? Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I am going very slowly and repeating because this is a new subject for you people. So at least some of the terms you should remember when we discuss about the quality and reliability for the space system. So when you discuss with someone, you should always have a question in mind, how we are making sure my system will work. That is the intention. Okay. Now, okay, what we wanted to just highlight, what it means when we say, do you think the reliability of 99.9% is a good? Yes, for some of the cases, it may be good. For some of the cases where the mass volume is involved, it is not a good thing. Like suppose some examples are given in this slide. When we say 99%, 99.9%, a common man, it looks as a good, but it is as good as drinking unsafe water for 1 hour per day. So it is not a good system. Or you consider 99.9%, multiple, there will be thousands and thousands of flights are landing. You say my landing system is very safe, 99.9% safe, but it will result into 2 unsafe landing on busy airport. Is it acceptable? Answer is no. Every day if there are 2 accidents, people will not travel in the air. So it may require very large, I say, much better reliable system. Similarly, if there is if you take in the so many mails, they go across everything. But if you say 99.9%, it results into it's not a fixed number, it's some typical number, 16,000 mails you will lose per hour. That means everybody will be in trouble. Similarly, credit cards or hospital related thing, okay, or heart fails to beat. We say somebody's heart is beating correctly 99.9%, but that is not the good alone. Nowadays, though it is a little diversion of the topic, but I would like to tell that people have come with the reliability number 6 sigma or any other thing. That means 1 in several million failures can only be tolerated. So that will go 99 point, I don't know how many decimals after 9. Okay, 9999 something will come. So one has to go for such kind of systems. Okay. Now I will just take 10 minutes break. We will meet at right now. What is the time? 10:33. We'll meet at 50. Okay.
11:50,
Hello.
sir.
50, 10, 11, sorry, it's not 10, 11, 11:50. We'll
Okay, sir.
extend little bit later. Okay. What time your next class?
Sir, we have lunch break after this, sir.
Acha. Okay. Just we'll take at least right now is at 10:34. We'll take 10:45 again. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Students are there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
So, shall we start now?
Yes, sir, we can start now.
Okay, fine. So, we'll take, what it means to us is simply by giving a number, though it look a very fancy number, but we have to consider the volume or size of the samples for which we are talking about this number. So if we talk like India's population more than 100 crores, we'll say even the 0.1%, if suppose they are no casualties because of 99.9 means 0.1% failures, casualty in the COVID, that is a very huge number. So nobody will accept such kind of thing. So similarly, for the space system, it is necessary to go for the high reliability number, which works. Okay. What happens here now? Yeah. Now, why we consider, as already you must have heard by several speakers, that space system is a hostile space environment. What it mean by hostile? Temperature, vacuum, and radiation. And of course, before operationalization, it is a mechanical vibration. But that is limited only to the extent of the launch vehicle. Once, suppose the satellite is separated from the launch vehicle, then the vibration may not play much role, very limited role. But temperature, vacuum, and the radiation, they will always play very, very important role. So what is the constant? Is a hostile environment. And lifespan. See, we have to consider our practically, if we see some of the items on the ground or household domestic use, we may not be using continuously for several years without any stoppage. But if you launch a satellite, commercial satellite I'm not talking university satellite, for several years, it has to work continuously from the clock 24/7, whatever you want to tell. Means it should not stop working at any instant of time. Okay? Always there will be a remote operations. So that is another one. Now what it means here is a remote operations. Satellite is in the sky, you are working on the ground. We have to worry about other interferences taking place on the ground. So how do you take care about such kind of thing? Because of the remote operations, there will be a disturbance by the surroundings. So one has to take care about that. Example for, you have heard that telecommanding. We do some coding. We get the telemetry data, we do some coding. Is for what purpose? To take care about those kind of disturbances. Okay? Time consuming and expensive. Yes, it's a time consuming, any new development. But the same time, you will say, what is there? One satellite, well, I can get another satellite. But the cost, what is involved, is very, very expensive. So you do not want to lose the system because there is no chance for the repair of such kind of thing. Though some of the country, they try to they repair the satellite, grab the satellite, bring it back and again launch it. But that cost working out very, very much more. And hence this effort is not being done continuously. Rather than leaving the satellite, launching a new satellite, that will be much more beneficial. And to make sure this kind of thing, you require special expertise and good facility. Good facility for what purpose? For testing of this thing under stress condition, and so that it doesn't fail. Okay. Sophisticated tool for design and analysis. If we consider era some 50, 60 years back, not many tools are available to evaluate your system. But fortunately now, there are set of tools which are available. One can do a complete design analysis and evaluate its performance. It also requires a good trained manpower, so that, see, everybody cannot do everything. Even those who are little bit electronics background, they may require soldering. Now, for such kind of PCB soldering, one has to have a very skilled manpower. Example I can give you, in places like ISRO, NASA, or ESA, whenever they make a system, the soldering person, wireman, is trained specifically how to make a very good and reliable soldering joints. So that is what is important. Finally, it is not just like one or few items. Every item should have uncompromised quality. So that is what is required. And our aim will be to avoid any weak link. Because what is said, the system failed because of the weakest link. And we should find out nothing should be left as a weakest or weak link. So we should not leave any part. All parts are equally important, whether you take a structure, whether you take thermal aspect, whether you take command system, onboard computer, or communication, or any such thing. So that is what is all part. One has to undergo proper quality, and we should not compromise the quality for such application. Okay. Next, yeah. So now, as we mentioned earlier, these quality aspects have to be followed. But suppose I take something, I follow some quality, you follow some other quality, we will still say, but it is not so. Certain rules and regulations, standards are required to maintain the quality, so that everyone follows based on his experience, based on the past experience. Everything has to be followed, and because of that, there is a certain standards are developed. So what is means realization of the space system involves large spectrum of skilled professionals. Skilled means they are well experienced, well trained, well knowledgeable, working at different level and different area. It is essential to have well-defined regulation, as I mentioned to you, well-defined regulation, process, standard to ensure uniformity in the engineering approach. What it means, suppose if you do not have a well-defined process, yes, for today you are producing good item, but if you don't have proper regulation, tomorrow some person is changed, some producer is changed, or some different worker has come. If there is no well-defined procedure, he will produce the item as per his wish. That may not be as reliable as possible. But however, if you have a certain standard, regulation, process, you will find it that irrespective of the person, what is wrong, who is doing the work, your final product will be as reliable, or it will qualify everything. So that is what. It should not be person dependent. And that is possible only when you have a well-defined regulation, and well-defined process and written standards. And in this, actually, how this standard started from the military application, defense application. There, the system has to work even with uh, under all the circumstances. When a soldier fight with the enemy, that time his equipment or his arms, they should not fail. So for that purpose, Department of Defense, particular in Western countries, they always come up with certain standard, and they are referred as a military standards. Okay, so that is what is the important, and certain standards are always there. Now, example something, due to differences in the dimension tolerance, suppose you are making some mechanical item and you have a different tolerances, you are not sure when you want to screw a item, it may not fit. One is having positive tolerance, other is having other direction tolerance, they may not fit each other. So it is not possible. Vehicle space could not be swapped. If there are tolerance, we are going beyond the tolerance limit, they will not be able to swap the spares. Tomorrow, somewhere, like if when you go to the car or any two-wheelers, you want to replace the spare, it may work, it may not work. Many times you must have seen why people go for the original spare part from the original, because they follow certain standards. Whereas the local parts, if you purchase, they may work and they may not work. So that is what one has to understand. So that is what, that is what one has to follow in all case of like ammunition, food related thing or anything. Whichever, what it conveys is you should have a good standard for all the items, whatever the process you are going to follow. Okay, next. There are certain standards, even for, in fact, as I mentioned, that standards are started from the defense, and slowly it is based on that experience, it is now extended to the space mission. As again and again we are emphasizing that space mission have no second chance to repair. Even the defense, some rifle doesn't work, you can replace the another rifle immediately or something, but it is not the case for the space mission. So the requirements are still more stringent than the defense in some cases. Getting something wrong has expensive and potentially irrecoverable consequences. That is what. Once the satellite is launched, if something doesn't work, it is heavy loss to the company or the organization. So this demands essentially stringent quality assurance for the space industry. And in general, very common language, we can call it space grade or space compliant devices. Like earlier also I must have mentioned, a simple microprocessor or microcontroller or a computer which costing, say, few hundred or few thousand rupees. But if you want to go for the space compliant, it will cost several $1,000, at least 1,000 times more costly than the whatever the ground-based system. So there are the multiple standards are there, and they are standard. They are in terms of the handbook. Handbook provide you the guidelines. Okay, what you should use, how to use this component, how much stress you should use, and all those things are there. Then another standard is mill specification. What should be the specification and what should be the process? So Handbook may provide some guidelines, specification means characteristic of this thing, and some other standard must be the what process you should follow for the manufacturing. So now you may be convinced that all stages we are covered here, we are not left with anything, right from the design, testing, and the process of manufacturing. Large number of standard. If you see the military standard, several thousand, more than 5,000 standards are there. So that is what is the thing. So this also involve a cost to contractors. Yes, a system which does not follow any standard, certainly the cost it will be cheaper. That's what Chinese people they do. But whereas if you go to any other company which produces a good system, like if you go to domestic market, why you go for a branded item? It is for that purpose because they follow certain standard. The cost will be more and it will be much more reliable, it better quality. So that is what is very, very important aspect. Impediment for the latest technologies means some new technologies will come. It may conflict, it may not conflict. One has to see that part. But if you want to achieve something, you have to go for the latest technology. But again, you should have a certain standard for adopting the latest technology as well. So what it covers is this standard define right from the concept, design, fabrication, the spec, and the final testing, and all the manufacturing process, and corresponding to that. At the end, you should be satisfied, yes, you get the correct thing. But however, it is in general, even for military also, but specifically for space use, though you may be following a standards, whatever may be talking, errors can always come, all produced by the human. There will be another third independent agency which will be verifying all your spec standard, whether you follow the correct process or not. So that is another sort of, I should say, is a watchdog team, which will be keep on watching what exactly you have followed, where you have missed. In case you have missed, you will be alerted. This is the wrong. In spite of that, during the testing, if you find something is wrong, one has to find out what is the cause of that. It's not that one failure is simply keep aside. Okay, so one has to follow certain, one has to analyze each and every failure, whatever it come across in the field, and you should go to the root cause of the failure. It is not just like that one should ignore the failure. Okay. So once it comes, now it's a major discipline for generating the space product. We'll go a little bit more. Design, again, there will be several things which we are talking again and again, but it is a matter of practice for a quality person. So keep on hammering that, yes, it required this quality, is required this quality. So the designer, they do not overlook anything. So this is the characteristic of a quality assurance person. Practically, it happens that maybe several times professional conflicts, not the personal conflict. The quality person may not agree, designer will have a more confidence, yes, he'll go ahead. But it is required to follow the quality guidelines and the observation done by the quality assurance person. So certain discipline, what we should have in the quality, to have a good quality system is a design assurance. Means you should have a proper design procedure, your design guidelines, and certain conceptual guidelines, so that the part does not fail in the, or the component does not fail in the field. Okay. It is not just from the design. The one discipline for the assuring the quality, what basic component we are using, are they good? Your design procedure, everything is perfect, but you may not get the good component. You don't know what is inside. So that is the responsibility of the quality assurance discipline, that you should get a good part. In fact, is a little bit away. The quality or the good reliability can be achieved by two means. One is by design for the quality. Other is the tolerance for the quality. Okay. So more technically, it is called fault avoidance and fault tolerance. What it means by fault tolerance? You use the component, design procedure, test procedure, everything very standard. Okay. So that is the fault avoidance. Now, in spite of that fault, they come in the practice, so you should be able to tolerate the fault. Another discipline, what is comes for the quality assurance, test and evaluation. Though we may not give much importance for the ground system, but for a good reliable system, including military, space, and even the domestic one, we come across that there should be good test and evaluation system. In fact, recently we have come across one person, they want to develop some home UPS, but they want it should be thoroughly evaluated such that it does not harm to the human being. So that is very important aspect is, and one should have a good, separate discipline in terms of the test, what we should test, how to completely evaluate. Nowadays, most of the system, there some form or other software is involved. And if you talk about 50 years back, mostly the hardware system. But nowadays, most of the systems are hardware plus software. So that should be equally equally importance for the software aspect. So that is what we discussed during onboard computer. A good reliable software will be a software which should not follow any tricks, or it should be simple. Okay. Non-conformance management. Now, this is what has happened. Always there will be some conflict between the designer and the quality assurance person. But however, a discipline should be followed. A non-conformance means in case anything observation which is not meeting the requirement, it should be reported properly, and there is a standard procedure for reporting as well. So that is another discipline for achieving a good quality system. 1 minute. 1 minute, just disturbance is there. नहीं है यार, करंट नहीं है, हम क्या कर सकते हैं यार? करंट नहीं आया। Okay, sorry. Okay, so what we are talking about, non-conformance, whatever is there, it should be reported properly. quantification and assessments. One has to find out how many failures, what are the failures, how do you quantify them, and then suppose you are testing 1,000 part, you find 5 parts are there, so one should report them. 5 parts are there, how many parts failure are accepted in some cases, not in the space cases, in some cases. So all the quantification has to be done. What is the risk involved if this failure occurs in the practice further? So that quantification, that is a separate discipline. In fact, there used to be some reliability and quality related subject, but unfortunately it is not being taught in most of the universities. Another one is the configuration control. This is very important part. Now most of the work is a distributed work. People should not change their configuration according to their convenience. There should be some configuration control discipline, means a separate wing which controls the configuration of the system. So that is what is important. So system engineering plus reliability management consistently produces mission that are to be satisfaction of the stakeholder. That means, now what it means, a system engineering, that is during the configuration level, during the conceptualization level, during the initial design level, plus the good reliability management is likely to produce a very good quality system for the final user. Okay. Now I'll just take this one more this slide, then probably we'll take up on the next lecture. As may mention, dealing with the failure, you should not ignore the failure. Okay. So failure is an event in which the system stops to fulfill its specification. That is a very common definition, nothing very specific. So a failure doesn't work, a car doesn't start is a failure, car doesn't move is a failure, or any such kind of things. So what we should talk, what we should do for such kind of thing, what is the cause of the failure? So that one should study very clearly any failure. What is the cause? What is the mode of the failure? In what mode it fails? Under what circumstances it fails? Then what is the failure mechanism? Means what can lead to the failure? One failure may lead to multiple failure. That is very, very, no, one has to study that part very thoroughly. Analyzing failure, already I mentioned to you, and providing feedback to design and production to prevent potential future failures. Why do we analyze? Somebody will say, okay, one fail, doesn't matter, one leave aside, we can do for the next. But it is not so. If you are analyzing the failure and providing the feedback to the design and the production, whatever the failures you have observed is not likely to occur next time, because if our designers, our production people, they are serious to overcome, and they are supposed to be serious in the space business. Okay, rigorous qualification, classification, not qualification, rigorous classification of failure types must be agreed upon. Classification, what it reverse, what kind of failures, whether is a one in several, I say unknown failure, is a random failure, is a systematic failures, all those aspects, there is a separate documents for such classifying such kind of failure, so that whether it is a critical failure, is a non-critical failure, or it can be tolerated failure. All those aspects should be considered by classifying the failure. And based on that, sometime because of the criticality of the mission, criticality of the time, management can take a proper risk if they know what is the impact of this failure. So another thing that always generates something called the matrix, okay, of the reliability of the different part, different system. So one has to generate one matrix for such kind of thing, which is based on the failure rate of the component or systems or whatever may be the item. So that is what is very, very important part of it. The cost of errors and needed changes for rectification increases drastically over the course of the product development cycle. You understand what it means, the sentence? Like, if you are finding a problem or finding a mistake in the beginning, the cost will be less, cost of the item will be less. And the rectification of such kind of problem will be less. But if it is found in the later part of the development cycle, it can be as high as 10 times, 100 times or so on. So what it means there, if there are any errors, we should weed out those errors, we should bring out that faults, or we should take care proper precaution right at the beginning, so that most of the errors are captured at the beginning of the cycle. Otherwise, if they are observed at the later part of the development cycle, you may end up with paying several times more cost than the what is envisaged. So that is what is. So that is why the things right from beginning, if you go, errors can be avoided at the later part. If at all any errors, they should bring out in the beginning case itself. It will be beneficial for the project management. What is the next one? Okay. So now, so far, whatever is there, quite general, there is nothing, basic backgrounds are required. Now, anybody has any questions or something, we can discuss for 5-10 minutes. Okay. I'm sure in this as quality aspect, you will have several questions in mind.
Sir, any ISO standard like for ISRO for quality?
Yes. See, you should understand, ISO standard is a process. Means they define, you have to follow this process. If the process is correct, you will get the correct item. Every time, what it shows that if we go this ISO process, you will produce the same item, whether reliable or unreliable. That does not assure. But if your process says you follow this standard, then the chances of getting the good system is always better. So space use also, there are some ISO standards, but more than that, to achieve that ISO standard, there are some space standards which are developed. There are a lot of several thousand documents are there which are developed by all the space agency in the world, and people follow that kind of thing. Even we have personally come across a case with the Israeli agency. Even when you are testing something, you should clearly tell which equipment you are using, how you are using, what is the setting of you are doing. This is all process standards are defined for that purpose. So ISRO has answer is yes, we have to follow. Otherwise, we would have not come out with a failure-free production. If you have seen those who are following the world space thing, number of launch vehicle or rocket failures observed in other countries are many times more than what is observed in India. So of course, one advantage is there, since already standards were there, we are following that standard, so chances of failures are more. When you are doing this work in the first time, obviously many things we are not knowing, so that's why chances of failures are more. So when you are following this already based on the experience, certain standard, then the failure chances will be less. So that is what is happened. Yeah, next question. Go ahead. Somebody should ask. Let me just see who are the people there. So who are the people there? I don't know. Sorry, what has happened? 1 minute, 1 minute. I just. No, I think I have to do this thing. I don't know, where is that thing has gone? Must be somewhere here? No. Who are the people attending that itself? Here, sorry. Yes, I will ask right from beginning, whatever, Anirudh, you have been asking the question, I understand. Meera, what you understand by the quality? You tell me first. Are you there, or you switched on the system and went off? Please come out, unmute your thing. Participant, please unmute. Not there, looks like. Vajarkar, are you there?
Sir?
Vajarkar,
Yes, sir.
yes, tell me, what you understand? You tell whatever you have understood. You have to answer something, no? Nandan,
Yes, sir, we can type at least if you understand.
say again loudly with confidence. Otherwise, I will feel my way of presentation is not a good, reliable system, which if I am not able to make you understand. So that is another test what we have. Nandan, are you there? Tanya, what happens? They log in or they go somewhere? All of you unmute, please. All of you unmute so that I will know that who are the, how many people are there. Anirudh, you have to also unmute.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
I think other than you and one more person who was talking. Tanya is also not there. Dishana, Dinesh.
Yes,
She is there?
yes.
Yeah, now you speak. First you unmute. You are not unmuted. Tell me, what do you understand? Because this is a very, very important topic. You can design the system, but without understanding, without understanding of its reliability, you cannot. Huh? What? Yeah. So, just 1 minute. I'm coming. Just 5 minutes. I will come. Okay. So, Dishana, tell me what you understand. In common sense, you tell me, what is the reliability, what is the quality? What do you understand? You are not unmuted. How can I listen to you? Please unmute. What happened? All of you unmuted or not yet? Or not able to do? Anirudh?
Yes, sir.
No, everybody cannot unmute, or what is the problem?
Sir, I don't know. I'm in my home, sir.
Yeah, I understand. But the system allow anybody to unmute, or I have to, but I don't have any control to unmute.
So they can unmute themselves, sir.
It looks like that most of the people are not there. See this Meera, I am not finding. Nandan, Tanya.
Yes, sir.
But then why you are not responding? You have to respond. No, you tell me what do you understand by reliability? Whether you need a good reliable system or bad reliable system. That much at least you should tell me, no? But
Good only.
this is just a common sense.
Good,
So,
reliable systems.
yeah.
Good. Why? For any question which I ask, you have to justify the answer.
So because we need the performance of the system to be good, so it should be reliable.
Okay, it should be reliable when you want to use the system, and it should work when we need. A good reliable system only can work in that sense. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Jishana, you want to tell something?
No, sir. Just saying that we need a good reliable system. So,
Yeah, you have to go with the retrievals. But given what is the difference between the quality and reliability? What do you understand? As a general thing. I am not talking very specific, but general. For a good quality system, should we have a highly reliable system or less reliable system?
I think reliability contributes to the quality. So only if it's extremely reliable, we would say that it's
Right,
of a good quality.
right. It should be first thing, the basic requirement for the good quality, it should be quality, good reliability thing. Yes, Meera is there. I want to ask why the space system should be reliable? Please answer. No, this we have discussed, no? Why? You can talk, no, unmute. You are not able to unmute.
Sir, he has network issue, it seems.
Acha, acha, acha. It's okay. Yeah, you can just send me this message also. Why should we? Can you please repeat? I did not see. Can you please repeat your message?
Sir, there is a chat window, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. No, that is very general because it has to function well. Yes, all the systems should function well. Why the space system should be more reliable? What are the factors? Okay, you please go through again these lectures, and then next Monday we'll have class.
Yes, sir. Monday afternoon.
Monday afternoon we'll have class, but I expect all of you some basic understanding, few questions, whatever I have mentioned, I will ask.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this is module 5 now, sir. So this is not there for exam now, sir. For the Wednesday's exam.
Oh, that's why people are not there.
I don't know, sir. I was just
Yeah,
asking.
this is not there in the exam.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. It's not there in the exam. Yeah, then it doesn't matter. So I will continue on Monday. Then Thursday anyway you have exam. After that week, 1 week I will not be there. So we'll discuss on Monday when to adjust at least 2 days lectures. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Which days are free for you?
Sir, we are free on Thursday afternoon.
Thursday afternoon.
Yes, sir. Or Friday afternoon.
Friday is okay for you because Thursday you have exam, so you may not be in mood to discuss. Because I need some 4-5 more days to complete, and then I want to discuss with you how a pi set was developed, considering all those aspects. Nothing was ignored. That will give a quite good feedback to you. Okay? Okay,
Okay, sir.
then Monday we'll see. Okay?
Thank you, sir.